Hello and welcome. I am your host, Anthony, and this is my point exactly. I am here with my co-hosts, Wayne and Xavier, and we got some interesting topics for you guys today. So for starters, let's go to the NFL and to the AFC specifically with some of the games that have shaken up the standings. Who do you feel is going to represent as the number one seed in the AFC? And does that change who you pick to come out and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl? I'm gonna start with Wayne.
This is a tough one because I'm not gonna be biased here like X and say my team, the Chargers. So just looking at roster and looking at the level of competition in the AFC, if any of these teams, if this one team was to face any team in the AFC, they have a pretty good chance. And I'm gonna say the Tennessee Titans. One, because they have a pretty decent defense. They can play against the Chiefs, can play Cincinnati, Buffalo, the Patriots, the Colts, and the Chargers. That's a pretty good matchup for the Tennessee Titans. Then we also have Derrick Henry maybe returning. Now, we all know that's a problem if he return in the playoffs. I don't think no team won a game plan for Derrick Henry in the playoffs, and Tennessee being at home as well. Mike Vrabel is a pretty good coach. Julio Jones and A.J. Brown are healthy, I believe, or getting healthy. And that's a scary team to see in the playoffs, I believe.
X, what do you got for us? Who do you think?
I at first I was thinking, agreeing with Wayne as the Titans, but I'm gonna just go ahead and go out on a limb here and say the Chiefs. I feel like Kansas City, they're getting their groove back. They played the last couple of games pretty good. The one thing that I always say about the Chiefs that I worry about the most, and that I wish that the Chiefs defense was as equally as great as the offense. If that was the case, it would be hands down the Chiefs. I just feel like they'll be the ones, the top dogs. I was rolling with the Patriots a while back, but I don't want the Patriots. But it was between Tennessee for me and the Chiefs, but I choose the Chiefs.
So from what it sounds like, these are your representing the Super Bowl teams, with the last two games being the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos, and the Tennessee Titans are going to be taking on the Houston Texans. Do you feel that Tennessee has even an opportunity to slip in that final game and lose that number one seed?
I don't think so. I think they know what's at stake, that first round bye, and I wouldn't take it easy against Houston because we know teams are still playing for draft orders and other things, and they will be gladly to upset Tennessee and ruin their chances of a bye. Kansas City, they've been there, done that, so I think they're gonna come in focused.
I agree with Wayne, especially about the Tennessee part. I feel like football is just one of those sports where anybody can win. Literally, any team can win. So I damn sure wouldn't take it easy on the Texans, man, because just because they're the underdog, that don't mean it can be a sad day right now for the Titans. So you got to keep playing it like it's every game like it's a Super Bowl. That's how I would do it. Treat it like it's a Super Bowl, man.
Right. One thing I will say for Tennessee Titan fans and all of the people that have Tennessee representing the AFC, a first round bye is very good for your chances to get Derrick Henry in the playoffs and healthy with enough time to know who he's playing against. Derrick Henry can change the entire AFC playoffs because there's not going to be many running backs, especially since the Cleveland Browns are not making the playoffs.